What's going on, y'all? This video is called Violating Mr. Bill's Residence. I made my other video talking about pornos from Mr. Bill, where my first porno videos I ever got stole from my mom's friend, Mr. Bill. And where do I start? Like, I violated this dude's crib in so many different ways. One, from stealing the pornos. Two, I just remember just a random I don't know why I did it. I'm sitting by the pool and I gotta take a shit, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm just like, I go to the bathroom. I look behind me and he had his own little mini forest. That's right, a mini forest. He had a huge backyard. He had like a little planting area, a little, like a shed, a picnic area. I mean, this backyard was crazy. There was a little wooded area. And I always used to think, I always wanted to like rough it, like go camping and live in nature and be without all the little, how do you say? Be without all the things we have today, toiletries, literally, that we have today, such as being able to use the toilet paper. So I'm like, back in the days, if there was no toilet paper, you had to just take a shit next to a tree and wipe your ass with the leaves. So I decided this was the perfect time to go into this little mini forest in his backyard, take a shit outside, and wipe my ass with the leaves. Then I proceeded to go back in the pool. You know what I mean? I was a little nasty motherfucker, man. I don't even, there's no other way to explain it. I gotta just keep it all the way $1,000 for y'all. I mean, that shit was some disgusting shit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I don't know why that moment was the time for me to do it. I could have just got up, walked up the hill and went to I don't know, maybe that was it. Maybe I was too lazy to get up and walk. Cause again, this is a big ass backyard. I had to walk up to his backyard, through the basement, up the stairs, and into the bathroom. And a lot of times he had the door locked, because he was paranoid as fuck. Maybe for good reason. I stole a little bit of change. It wasn't nothing crazy. No bills or nothing like that. I never found no bills, but I probably would have stole it if I seen it. Yeah, I stole some change, couple dollars in change and whatnot. He kept in like an ashtray. I'm like, he ain't missing this stuff. I don't even think he went to the basement that much, unless we was there. He probably seemed like the dude that just sat in front of the TV and hung out with his mom. So I remember one time, probably the last time we was able to go over there, it was like me, I invited a friend over there. Some of the other women that him and my mom worked with, they had their kids and it was there. So it was a bunch of little kids running around. Usually it was like me, my sister, and other kids our age, but this time my mom's friends' kids, which was also his co-workers' kids, their kids was younger than us. So they how our little kids are. They pretty much fucked the place up. Obviously we get blamed for it because we're the oldest of all the kids that's there. So he's like, hey man, can you just make sure you clean my house before you leave? And I'm like, I got you, no problem. Even though we didn't make the mess, I'll clean up after these little rugrats. It's all good. Whatever. He invited us to your house a bunch of different times. We enjoy it over here. It's whatever. Right at that time, my mom calls us to go and start taking the stuff to the car. So I'm like, all right, cool. We was gonna go take the stuff to the car, come back, clean up. It was gonna be on. Am I gonna listen to my mom or my mom's friend? Clearly, I'm gonna listen to my mom. If my mom tells me to do something and my mom's friend tells me to do something, I'm gonna listen to my mom first because that's my mom. You ain't gonna pull out the belt just because you mad. She will. So therefore, I'm listening to her, what she says first. She tells us to go bring the stuff to the car. So we go bring the stuff to the car. As we're walking back to the house, he's like, didn't I ask you to clean up my house before you left? And I'm just like, oh yeah, we're going to do it right now. This motherfucker just snapped, like, just don't go in my house. Me and my boy looking at each other and we just burst out laughing. That shit was funny as hell. Like, I never seen him like that before. And so it's like, okay. And we just walked over there. We walked over to the car and just waited to dip and we bounced. And the funny thing is, my mom, her friend, it seemed like no one else noticed this dude just snap on us like that. And it was what it was. And the funny thing is, my boy said, he was like, yo, watch this nigga say we stole something. Like, nah, man, he ain't like that. Again, I had stolen some change. I think that day, too. We get home, a couple hours later, my mom comes downstairs and says, me and my friend, we're playing video games. So she goes, did you take $100 from Mr. Bill's house? And I was just like, what? And I'm like, nah, I didn't take nothing. She's like, you sure? I'm like, yo, I didn't take no $100. Like, what the hell? I don't think I would have had the balls to take $100. That's just way too much money. Like, no one just misplaces $100. So if somebody missing $100, they're gonna know. I don't think I would be that dumb to take that kind of bill. If it was like a 10, 20, something like that, I'm like, I'm snatching that shit. But 100, I might just leave that where it's at. Unless it's in like a place where you could tell somebody don't really know it's there. But if it was just a bill that was just laying out in the open, I'm like, nah. And so she goes, okay. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Bill's just being paranoid. So I look at my boy. I was like, yo, you called it, bro. Like, that shit was crazy. I couldn't believe that. I just really started to dislike that motherfucker, I'm like, first of all, I'm not your child. He asked me to do it, yeah, but at the same time, he didn't say, hey, do it now. He just said, make sure before you leave, you clean up. We were still there. You know, we was packing up to leave, but cleaning up wouldn't have took more than like a couple minutes. It wasn't nothing serious. It was just it wasn't like dirty. It was more so messy. So we would have just had to straighten up a few things. That's all. On top of that, it's not like we were just standing around hanging out. He's seeing us taking the stuff to the car. It's not. So I'm like, what's this dude's problem? Like, you think just because you tell us to do something, we gotta jump? Like, who the fuck you think you are, nigga? You ain't my daddy. Fuck out of here, B. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up with my boy. He had this little tape recorder, and I'm like freestyling, dissing this motherfucker. I'm like, yo, fuck this nigga, Mr. Bill. Tell him to chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to ill on this beat and kill this nigga. Some shit like that. I'm going off on this nigga. Freestyle killing me. My boy's just dying laughing, and and that shit was funny as hell. Needless to say, that was the very last time we ever went there. Clearly, we wasn't invited back anymore. And I think he knew he was lying. He just said that to my mom to kind of... He thought my mom probably was going to whoop my ass or some shit. But, you know, she believed me over his bitch ass. Anyway. And from that point on, I think he knew he was lying. And that's why he said that. Because from that point on, he seemed like he was afraid of me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to come around the house no more. We wasn't allowed to go over there no more. Pretty much never heard much from him since. Until like my high school graduation. And he was like taking pictures and shit. But and even my aunt said, like, wow, it seems like Mr. Bill's really afraid of Kai. And I was just like, afraid of me for what? Like, so that's, to me, that's my proof on how he knows that he was lying about that shit. Because why would you be afraid of me? If I stole from you, why would you be afraid of me? On top of that, I'm like a kid. I'm not thinking like that, like, oh, I'm about to fuck this dude up. You know, but anyway, so that was just his guilty conscience weighing on his mind, expecting the worst. I really wasn't tripping off that shit. You know, I spit my little raps towards him, and I was cool after that. And plus, I had stole stuff from there before, so it wasn't like I was completely innocent. So, but $100, I mean, I don't know if I would have been that dumb. Haven't seen that motherfucker for the longest. I don't know what the fuck he's up to. I don't know what he's doing. Got some nice pornos from his house. Got some shit in his backyard. Yeah. So I really can't be too mad at him. I mean, I did some foul shit to him as well, you know, so karma, I guess you could say. Anyway, just my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.